Okay, this is the one that was circled on many people's calendars. Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers visiting Ray Lewis and the Ravens. The Steelers had knocked the Ravens out of the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years, including last season. Ray Rice, first play of the game.
Come on, man. That's the way you start off a game.
36-yard run like that on the Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't give up runs. They don't give up 36 yards in a game.
First touchdown of the day for all 13 games came right here. Flacco to Anquan Bolden on Flacco's first pass, 27 yards. And just like that, Ravens on top 7-0.
Just throw the ball in the air, let Anquan Bolden give him an opportunity.
How about Terrell Suggs? Loves to light up Ben Roethlisberger.
You're right, Fran. It seems like every time these two compete against one another, Terrell Suggs comes up big.
Lodi not had the fumble there. Suggs with 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. Flacco, the Dennis Pitta, 29 yards.
The run game going, all this play action really bites these linebackers for people open downfield.
First and goal now, and it's Ray Rice right up the middle. And they called it a touchdown, but every scoring play, remember, is reviewed, so his knee was considered down before the ball crossed the plane.
Good call.
And James Ferrier did a nice job tripping him up. No worries. Ray gets in anyway. The Ravens on top 14-0, and Roethlisberger can't believe what he's seeing in his career. He's 9-2 against the Ravens, including the playoffs. Rashard Mendenhall, 23 yards here. So Steelers hoping that they're starting to get things going. Second quarter, same drive. On a long drive, it is Roethlisberger to Emmanuel Sanders, and one of the young wideouts coach that they're hoping really emerges this year.
He was just a rookie last year, really came on the scene, and that's a nice scramble drill because Ben likes to extend the play. We all know that.
14-7 now. Flacco dumps it off to Ray Rice, 25 yards.
Well, this was the difference. When you let that defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers get in and you can dump that ball off to Ray Rice like that, that hurts that defense.
And prime, Rice is so dangerous in the passing game.
You can't guard him barely with a safety, but try to atone for him with a linebacker. That's a mixed match.
He had 127 receiving yards. Couple of touchdowns in the first half.
Oh, Lodi. Hello, D.
Oh, that's player for me. That's player of the day.
Nada all over it. Oh. The huge hit recovers the fumble, and now it's Flacco. You talked about it, Coach. A lot of play action. Ed Dixon.
Look at Ed Dixon.
Great touch, too.
Over the top of Troy Polamalu. Which great touch by Joe Flacco to Ed Dixon.
The route is on, 27-7. Sam Cook. How about this?
Now we just gonna try anything now.
Running it in for the 2-point conversion.
Let's just work on some
Are they
stuff.
running up the score?
Yes.
29-7.
Trying to get national.
Roethlisberger, the ball is tipped.
Sugar Ray.
Ray Lewis.
There's 3 picks.
That's why he was in my top 10 players of 2011, ladies and gentlemen.
3 picks for the U.
How about the fire right there from Mike Tomlin? Mike Tomlin on fire. Roethlisberger picked off again by Ed Reed.
Throw the ball late in the middle of the field with one of the best defensive players ever to play this wonderful game that we all love and adore, Ed Reed.
Ben Roethlisberger
Can't do it.
accounted for 5 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. The Ravens forced 7 turnovers.
Don't do it.
Which
Don't do
tied
it.
a franchise
Don't do
record.
it.
He did it.
Reed had a couple of picks. How about the Ravens? Rivalry. Ravens come up big, 35-7. Albert Breer now with Joe Flacco. Seattle traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the angry Steelers, who got spanked pretty good in week 1. Remember Bill Levy? He was a referee for Super Bowl 40. As we flash back, who called this a touchdown?
Okay, he isn't in, Bill.
The ball never gets across, but he called a touchdown anyway.
All right.
So here we go. It's a rematch.
Is this deja vu all
Super
over
Bowl
again?
40. And Roethlisberger, is he going to get in? Well, he's going to die.
Take the call, Bill.
He falls short.
Bill said not this time.
Didn't get in. Play wasn't challenged. Wasn't ruled a touchdown. So all's well that ends well.
Hey, but we ask on game day morning, is the Pittsburgh defense too old? What do you think Seattle thinks?
Well, they shut him out, didn't they?
That's
Great play call.
All right, nice
Good
throw.
hit. Here's
Down the sideline.
Roethlisberger to Heath Miller here, 16 yards, but he is down. And take a look at the shot he takes from Raheem Brock, who was called for roughing the passer. This is the Tom Brady rule. A couple of years ago when Tom Brady was lost for the season in week 1. But Roethlisberger, as you see him hobbling off there, he came back 2 plays later.
That's Big Ben.
They ended up kicking a field goal 17-0. Third quarter now. Look at him.
Extend the play with bad wheels and fight Hines Ward.
That's your buddy from Dancing with the Stars, Mike.
Well, what
he
a
can
catch.
work those feet.
Roethlisberger, 298 yards and a TD right there to Mike Wallace. For that, we go to Lucas Oil Stadium. Peyton Manning up in the booth, calling plays. Big Ben Roethlisberger on the field, leading the Steelers well early to Mike Wallace.
Talk
One of the
about
best
a deep
threats
threat.
in the game.
Yeah, this guy is not just a deep threat anymore, but a speed guy. He's a route runner. He's a do-it-all wide receiver, and boy, he has become Ben's favorite target. Look,
you
give
got
him a
it?
little nod.
I
Hey,
got
I'm
it.
coming to
You
you.
sure you got
Let's
it?
win.
That's wild.
Michael, you used to love to get that look from Troy, huh?
Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
Roethlisberger lit up by Dwight Freeney, Jamal Anderson. Nobody's going to be able to
Great
stop
block.
him.
nice blocking. Get him in the end zone.
47 yards, game tied up at 10.
Coach defense coming alive. They need this.
There was another pick that led to a field goal, 13-10 at the break, and then Kerry Collins
Hey,
gets hit hard by James
hey.
Farrier.
they
flag,
would
no
have shirt
flag.
if there was
No
paid
flag.
flag. Hayden is not out there. He's in the booth.
He
That
left
was
the game
Payton
with a
with the flag.
They
concussion.
would have threw their shirt if there was
Curtis Painter comes in. Remember back in 2009 with the Colts going for a perfect season, but they decided to rest Peyton Manning and company, and then this is
Remember
what
that.
happened.
Why are we showing
Painter
that, friend?
hit
Why are we
Calvin.
showing that,
Is that a
friend?
tease, friend?
That's what we call a tease.
Oh,
Here's
there.
why.
Deja vu.
James Harrison
Over there
gets
minding
to
my own
Painter.
Called
business.
foreshadowing.
Polamalu
Y'all don't block for me when I come out here.
gets in the end zone. Steelers
My
on
mom
top
at the game.
20-13. And the Colts next possession, though, Painter trying to get it together here. Pierre
Get it
Garçon.
together, right down the sideline. That's it.
Painter got a little something if you give him time. It's not like he had a lot of reps in practice this week.
27 yards there, and then it's Painter to Garçon here. 18 more yards.
like
down
it.
to
Painter.
25.
Do you believe in Curtis Painter?
Put together a good drive right here.
3rd and 2 now. Joseph
great.
Adai sidesteps Troy Polamalu, and he gets in to tie the game.
Troy ties. He's trying to knock this ball out of the exchange between the quarterback and running back, and he misses it by an inch, and it's a touchdown for Joseph Adai.
So all of a sudden here, the Colts are in this game without Peyton Manning and without Kerry Collins. Steelers, though, have one last shot.
And that's all Big Ben needs.
Dumps it off
nice
to Mewelde
move.
Moore, 22 yards.
Drop it in the flat for a big gain.
They've got all their timeouts left. 1:23 now. Roethlisberger on the move.
This is where he's
Big Ben made
dangerous.
some mistakes, but
Not
he
going
came
feet
up when he
first.
counted.
Yeah, he makes the first down, and he puts him in field goal range.
Sean Sweezum knows that he will be called upon shortly on a 3rd and 1. It's Isaac Redmond for a first down. 55 seconds left. 50 seconds left. Clock ticking. Steelers finally used their second timeout with 12 seconds left. Sweezum from 38 yards away for the game winner, and he draws it in there. It's good. So the Steelers win it 23-20.
This is a game.
Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers in Houston. Aaron Foster back
I'm
again.
coming to get my job
for
back.
the
I'm sick
Texans.
of this mess.
Well, here's why, because Ben Tate's averaged 100 yards in the first 3 games. And Tate picks up 20 there, but he had to leave with a groin injury.
Aaron Rodgers. What do you think right now? What do you think he said, Aaron Foster?
Oh, Lord.
19th play of this
When
drive.
you run the ball well, you get guys wide open on your play action.
Owen Daniels
Way
with
to
the
call it
touchdown
now.
reception. 10 minutes
There he
and
comes.
55 seconds, longest drive in franchise history. Schaub finds Andre Johnson. And Johnson goes down here
That's the
untouched.
heart and soul of the Houston Texans.
Yeah, it was a different offense once he went down.
It's a different team once
Left
he goes down.
with
Is he
a
from the U?
hamstring injury.
But thank God it's a hamstring, and not a knee.
Neil Rackers added a 25-yard field goal.
Praying for you, big
Texans
fella.
on top, 10-0. Sean Sweezum here is blocked by Daniel Manning.
Scoop and score.
Jonathan Joseph, 61 yards.
Well, that defense is turning in some plays for the Houston Texans this year. Boy, Wade Phillips got to get some credit.
You got a couple guys celebrating there. Kubiak loves it, but there's a flag here because Daniel Manning he blocked Daniel Sepulveda in the back.
In the kicking game, you teach you don't block behind the ball.
At the youth level. See, that's why I can't be a head coach, because I'm cutting you on the sideline or something like that.
Right. Third quarter now. And Rashard Mendenhall makes it a 3-point game. Steelers down 10-7.
When the Steelers started running the football, they looked like the old Pittsburgh Steelers.
Fourth quarter now, it's tied up. Gary Kubiak imploring his team, let's go, man. Let's get over this hump. And Arian Foster was shades of last year.
Yeah, Gary says, we're going to run the stretch play and block them up, and you are going to go yard, and that's what they did.
And Aaron says, I want my job back. I'm sick of this mess.
42 yards. He had a buck 55 and a touchdown right there. Steelers now, 2:44 left. Roethlisberger looking for Emmanuel Sanders. It's incomplete there. On 3rd and 7, Andre Johnson, streak close. 4th and 7 now. Roethlisberger looking for Hines Ward. It's tipped by Connor Barwin. The Texans take over on down. Steelers get it back. 1:02 left. Roethlisberger picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And Joseph gets in again. This guy had 2 touchdowns taken away from him. But check out the shot that Roethlisberger took from J.J. Watt.
Yeah, you can't hit the quarterbacks. Below the knee.
It's not intentional.
It doesn't matter. It's still
diving. How are you going to stop?
You can't stop the fine either. It's just going to happen. You're going to get a penalty, and you just can't stop.
Hey, Coach.
Tom Brady rule right there. And Roethlisberger picked off by Jason Allen.
Steelers hosting the Titans. Ben Roethlisberger, lots of questions about his health entering this game. He's got that foot injury, but he looked good early on. Pump faking, then looking over the middle to Heath Miller, who gets into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season, an 8-yard score. Steelers go up 7-3. On to the second, a 4th and 5 at midfield. Daniel Sepulveda pulls it down. Instead of punting, throws to Ryan Mundy, and he will break a tackle still on his feet. Picks up 33 to the Tennessee 17. Sepulveda looks for the kick, but instead of punting, pulls it down and throws it to Mundy. A perfect strike, looking like Big Ben with the accuracy, and they get the first down. So 1st and goal 2 plays later. Roethlisberger with the play fake, and he will find Hines Ward for Hines' first touchdown of the season. So that puts Pittsburgh up 14-3, and Hines doing a little dance like he's on TV. Well, he was. This time they give it to Jonathan Dwyer, the guy from Georgia, making a move to the outside, takes it to the sideline all the way downfield. He will get caught from behind, but a 76-yard pickup. That is the biggest thing he has done since entering the NFL, all the way down to the 14. 4 plays later, Roethlisberger rolling to his right underneath will hit David Johnson, his tight end from Arkansas State. Gets into the end zone. Roethlisberger hobbling, but he puts the Steelers up 21-3. On to the third. Big Ben throwing over the middle with a laser to Heath Miller. A pickup of 20 down to the 22. Perfect pass on the money by Roethlisberger. 5 plays later, it's a 3rd and 4. Nobody in the backfield. Roethlisberger right over the top to Hines Ward on the short slant route, and Hines jumps over Michael Griffin into the end zone. So Ward with 2 touchdowns in the game. Big Ben with 4. Steelers up 28-3, absolutely rolling. So Matt Hasselbeck trying to bring Tennessee back with the pump fake, and he will throw it to Nate Washington, takes it right down to the one being brought down. Very next play, it's Chris Johnson. Huge hole for him. He just waltzed into the end zone. It's a big moment for him, even though his team is down. His first touchdown of the season. Tennessee attempts the onside kick, and they're able to get it. So Matt Hasselbeck throwing right after that. His pass is tipped by Brett Kiesel, intercepted by Lamar Woodley. Led to a field goal for Pittsburgh, so they go up 31-10, just looking to hang on to a big lead. 3rd and goal for Tennessee. Hasselbeck with the pump fake throws the other direction. Damian Williams with his 2nd touchdown catch of the season, a 19-yard grab. So it's just a 14-point game now. Roethlisberger goes right back to work, splitting the double coverage. Mike Wallace, his 3rd touchdown of the year. Steelers get the win. 5 touchdown passes for Roethlisberger.
In Pittsburgh, the Steelers playing host to the Jaguars. Ben Roethlisberger looks to build off his 5-touchdown performance last week. Rashard Mendenhall looks to have an impact coming back from a hamstring, and this is Mendenhall turning the corner, having an impact in the end zone.
23 carries, $146 for Mendenhall. Steelers on the day with 185 rushing yards. That's Steeler football.
8th play of the drive, play action, and here's your requisite Mike Wallace behind the defense highlight of the day.
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
There were a couple other opportunities as well. Ben was not necessarily sharp as he was the week before, and the Steelers really weren't sharp. But Mendenhall did a good job of running, and don't want to say he was in the doghouse, but certainly people were questioning where was that Rashard Mendenhall that we saw last year.
He's been a little banged up, but today they ran the football exceptionally well.
68-yard run led to a field goal, and Pittsburgh led 17-3 at halftime. Little different in the second half. Third quarter here, Nick Harris punts the ball out of bounds, but you can see we're going to have a flag.
He was assaulted, yeah. That's a felony in many NFL cities.
15 yards.
Not the state of Texas.
No.
Automatic first, that's Ryan Mundy running into the punter.
That right there is not in Texas? Will you get away with that in Texas?
Absolutely.
Really?
And more.
7 plays later, 14th play of the drive. Blaine Gabbert keeps it himself. He can do this a little bit. 5-yard gain.
And I'd love to see them put him in more shotgun. Get him just, okay, this is who we're going to play. Come to his game.
Spread it out some.
Yeah.
5 plays later, Gabbert to Jason Hill, 18-yard touchdown.
At this particular time, what I'm thinking is this can't happen. You're the Pittsburgh Steelers at home playing against a team that is dead last in offense. Put them away.
Fourth quarter, Maurice Jones-Drew, no gain on 3rd and 1. Look at Troy Polamalu.
Guess who's there?
That's a great play, but on the day, the Jags ran it for $133 on 4.4 yards per carry. It's been an Achilles heel all season long, and it was the same again today.
Polamalu hurt his head on that play, did not return to the game. Next Steelers possession, 3rd and 10. Roethlisberger sacked for an 8-yard loss.
Letting the Jags hang around.
Gotta protect the football.
Next Jacksonville possession. Jaguars still in it, 1st and 10 on their own 48. Blaine Gabbert likes the fact that Mercedes Lewis is in there with him and wide open. Led to a 45-yard field goal, and Jacksonville trailed only 17-13. Next, Jaguars possession, 26 seconds left. Troy Polamalu's still on the side.
Yeah. If you're a Steelers fan, you're still wondering what team you have. Very good win last week against the Tennessee Titans to let the Jags come to your. And I know historically the Jags have been a team that have given them all they want and then some. But this is a Jags team being led by a rookie quarterback.
18 seconds left. That rookie quarterback, Blaine Gabbert, to Mike Thomas, 18 yards. 3 seconds left now. Gabbert with the Hail Mary. Remember, the Jaguars pulled this off once last year. Not going to happen this time. Steelers hang on for a 17-13 win. Roethlisberger 12 out of 23, 200 yards, some missed opportunities, as you said, Jamie.
And again, the Steelers are just trying to find out who they are. And I'll continue to say this again. When you look at what happened in the lockout, I believe the Steelers and the physical football teams have been the most affected because those teams that stop the run real well and play physical football, because you have to practice physicality. That's how you get better. That's why the Jets are having issues that they're having defensively stopping the run. And so when I look at this Pittsburgh Steelers team, they're having trouble finding who their identity is. Offensively, it's still one of those things. 4-2, but yet and still this offense not cooking the way it should be.
Well, and defensively, as I mentioned, they are not very good at the line of scrimmage with regard to defending the run. They gave up 133 yards today on the ground on 30 carries. That's 4.4 yards per carry. Coming into the game, they were allowing 4.6 yards per carry. That's not the Pittsburgh Steelers defense that we've been accustomed to watching over the last several years.
The largest margin of victory in the Texans' history. All right, to the eyes of Mike Tomlin and the Steelers taking on Ken Whisenhunt, a rematch, Super Bowl 43. Cardinals opening possession here, and Kevin Cobb's pass tipped and picked by Ryan Clark.
Pressure on the quarterback now. Kevin Cobb had to get rid of that quickly. Throws it a little bit high. We get the tip pass.
Ben Roethlisberger capitalizing. Heath Miller wide open.
Man, what a good tight end Heath Miller is. Ben Roethlisberger starting to find those old targets, Heath Miller and my man Hines Ward.
Second quarter here, and Steelers spin back.
That's the one he looks for all the time, Mike Wallace.
Here's a saying, speed kills. Well, here's an example.
Well, tell me something. If you're in front of Mike Wallace and you're a corner in the safety, don't you think he's going deep? Where are we going to get this revelation?
Longest play from scrimmage in Steelers history. And then just outruns Rashad Johnson.
Now you talk about with Lynn Swann and Stallworth, and that was the longest play.
6 consecutive
That's saying
games
a lot.
with a reception of more than 40 yards, and Tomlin loves it. Third quarter, Kevin Cobb hits Larod Stevens howling over the middle. We'll talk about a burst of speed.
Yeah, he picks up a couple of nice blocks. There he goes, too.
He or the guy running behind him slow. One or the other.
73 yards. Cardinals back in it, 17-14. Here come the Steelers, so 3rd and 5. It is Roethlisberger. Antonio Brown. One-handed grab.
We get a demo on one-handed grabs. That's the one-handed tap, of course.
He had a career high, 102 receiving yards, and then it's Roethlisberger. Look at the movement from Roethlisberger.
He looks healthy. He had a boot on a couple weeks ago, and he's moving very well, extends the play right now.
Touchdown to Emmanuel Sanders. Roethlisberger 3 touchdowns, but more importantly, no picks for the 2nd straight game. Lamar Woodley gets to Kevin Cobb. And they get together and they say, yep, intentional grounding. That's a safety. So the Steelers, humbly, are 5-2. Let's take you to Heinz Field. Tom Brady, 6-1, including the playoffs all time against the Steelers. Heinz Ward out with that ankle injury. But who needed Heinz Ward when Heath Miller, coach, was on the field?
Yeah, look at this. Accurate throws on 3rd down. It just kept the clock moving and kept the ball moving right down the field, convert after convert.
Miller with 4 catches for 55 yards on the opening drive. 3rd and goal now, and it's Roethlisberger to Mewelde Moore, and Moore powers his way in, a primetime nominee.
Yes, he is.
Steelers on top, 7-0. They get it back after a 3 and out, and Roethlisberger rolling right.
Great mobility, great vision. Get rid of it.
He injured his left foot on play. Remember, that's the foot that's been nicked up as a Sean Ellis
on it already.
Vince Wilfork get to him. 2 plays later here on a 3rd and goal, he is caught by the big fella. Wilfork again. It's a loss of 6. He went to the locker room. Sean Sweezum knocked home a 33-yard field goal. Steelers were on top.
I can tell you what he went to get in there.
10-0. Well, Brian, what do you know? He came back.
It wasn't no candy.
Didn't miss a play. 3rd and 17. Roethlisberger is picked off by Gary Guyton.
Get that ball over that linebacker right there.
All right, so the Patriots have a shot here. And Michael, Tom Brady going to Deion Branch to cut the lead to 10-7.
Well, that was a perfect throw to Deion Branch on a quick out.
Billy White shoes.
Johnson.
A little respect. All right, 2 Steelers possessions later, and it's Roethlisberger looking fine there. Emmanuel Sanders, 26 yards.
SMU.
It's a 1st down, 3rd and 4 now, 9 plays later in the drive, and Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown.
All kinds of time now. Hit him in the flat. Go get that touchdown.
Brown's first career receiving touchdown. Steelers up.
What is that?
What is that? 17-10 at the half.
Big Ben likes it because he targeted him 15 times.
Crazy now.
All right, 3rd quarter now. Roethlisberger looking for Antonio Brown. He wanted a flag. His great coverage is right. A 14-play, 80-yard drive. Man, the Steelers had these long drives all game long. And then here's Steven Gostowski from 42 yards away. It is off the upright. So the Patriots still trail 20-10.
Yeah, Patriots made a few mistakes in this game that you just don't see the Patriots make.
All right, 4th quarter now, getting hot. Brady to Kevin Falk, 18 yards. And a Patriots 1st down. They were having problems during the middle of the field the entire game. 2nd and goal. Brady to Rob Gronkowski. Looks like a touchdown, but he's ruled down at the 1, and Bill Belichick elects not to challenge. Maybe he should have.
As that ball crossed the plane of the goal line, sure looks like it from that angle.
4th and goal now, and it's Brady looking for Gronkowski, but it's tipped.
Holding.
But there is a big-time defensive holding play here on Ryan Mundy. You can see it all the way there.
Good call.
And
New set of downs.
The Patriots get another shot. 1st and goal. Brady to Hernandez. Touchdown. But it's 2:35 left on the clock. Had they scored with the Gronkowski touchdown, it was 90 seconds earlier. Now they're going to try an onside kick.
It didn't go 10 yards, friends. Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away.
So the Steelers take over.
Only kicks. Do that.
And after a Steelers 1st down, Roethlisberger dropped by a Kyle Love. Patriots out of timeouts, clock ticking. Steelers getting a little careless here.
Well, you know, he's smart to take the sack rather than throw it away and stop the clock. He's allowing the clock to run.
Very smart.
Last chance for the Patriots here. 18 seconds left. Down 6. Brady trying to buy time. They want to get it out up towards the middle of the field so they get one shot at the end zone. But Brett Kiesel knocks it loose. Polamalu comes in and smacks it out of the end zone.
Polamalu's always alert.
It's called the safety on the field. Should have been a penalty. What happened?
Well, here's the thing. You got 1st and 10 on the 22, just 19 seconds left. Take a look at Troy Polamalu. He's back in coverage, but he sees Kevin Falk. Maybe it's going to be a check down. I'm going to come up and splatter this. But Brett Kiesel hits the quarterback. Ball's on the ground, and here comes Troy Polamalu. Heads up. Instead of scooping and scoring and trying to recover it, he actually punches this ball right through the guy's legs to the end zone. This is fantastic smarts. Now, go get it. It's either going to be a safety or a touchdown, and it was ruled a safety.
All right, Steelers win it. Take you to Heinz Field.
No, I should have picked Baltimore.
For the Steelers and the Ravens. James Harrison in after missing 4 games. DeMar Woodley, James Ferrier out. Ray Rice, first play from scrimmage.
That's a great block.
Rice.
First play. That's how you start a football game.
76 yards.
Give the ball to Ray Rice.
Just like he did a couple years ago in the postseason game against the Patriots. But Torrey Smith called for holding, so they bring it back.
That's a horrible call.
Oh.
I told you that.
Yeah, receivers never hold,
It
Mike.
led to a Billy Cundiff field goal. Hines Ward back after sitting out last week with an ankle injury. And Ben Roethlisberger hits Ward over the middle. But watch the hit from Ray Lewis right there.
Be careful.
He's sleeping.
He's okay.
Praying for you, man.
Yeah, he's okay. Good dude there, man.
Ward was shaken up, and then they reviewed it. They originally called it a catch, but then they took another look. John Harbaugh challenged, and they ruled it an incomplete pass. Sean squeezed him in a field goal, tied up at 3. 6-all now, and it's Joe Flacco to Ed Dixon.
Oh, yeah.
Clark gets
How
him.
is that a penalty?
Clark called for unnecessary roughness due to
His helmet is on the side.
contact.
Now, Ray Lewis, Ray's clean, but that's dirty?
Yeah.
Man, hold on, player.
It was some hitting going on in this game.
Billy
said it
Cundiff
right the first
51
time.
yards.
Some hitting.
Third quarter now.
T-sizzle.
Some hitting.
And Roethlisberger's picked off by Terrell Suggs, and the Ravens capitalize. Ravens coming right back here, and it's Flacco looking deep for Anquan Bolden at 145 yards here. Ike Taylor called for pass interference.
You know why it's not PI? Because the receiver didn't even complain.
Right there, look at that. Yeah, he did, Tom.
I'm saying watch right after the play. Watch after the play.
Tom, that looks just like
receiver ain't stop.
Mike
just like that San Francisco game. You know that.
Mike Tomlin couldn't believe it. Ray Rice.
You need to let that thing go.
Ravens on top 16-6, guys. So the Steelers are having a 4-game winning streak snap, but here comes Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown, who somehow comes up with this. It's a 21-yard reception.
Love the young receiver.
I love the way he plays the game. He's a dog. A dog.
John Harbaugh didn't challenge. 2 plays later, it's Roethlisberger to Heath Miller. Miller's got a first down, breaking some tackles in the open field.
You see these pass-catching tight ends now. There's mismatches all over the field in the passing game.
All right, 4th quarter now, same drive. Big Ben on a 3rd and 5, going to keep it himself. We've seen this many times before. They call it a touchdown, but every touchdown is reviewable. So it's ruled that Roethlisberger was down at the 1-yard line. Rashard Mendenhall took it in from there, 16-13. Ravens up by 3. Flacco now hit by James Harrison. Harrison had 3 sacks in this ball game. William Gay with the recovery, and the Steelers are in business.
What a game Harrison had after losing time with that broken orbital bone.
I think it helped him. It gave him a lot of rest.
Roethlisberger now on a 3rd and 5. Buy some time. This is what Big Ben does. Looking for Mike Wallace. Touchdown.
Nobody does it better. As long as Big Ben is in the game as a receiver, the play is never over.
Steelers on top, 20-16. Flacco now. Pressure. And he just chucks the ball out of bounds.
Move out of the way.
Watch Ray Rice.
Get out of the way.
Now, that's a business decision.
Harrison goes
That was a business
over.
decision.
Steelers now. 3:38 left. It's Roethlisberger to Jericho Cotchery. 14 yards and a first down. 3rd and 5 now. 2:37 left. And a Roethlisberger to Mewelde Moore. It's incomplete, so the Steelers are forced to punt. Up 4. 2:17 left. So can Joe Flacco, who has been often criticized for not being a quarterback who can lead the Baltimore Ravens to the Super Bowl, and more importantly, past the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC North. He hits Anquan Bolden, 22 yards, hits Bolden again for 10 yards on a 4th and 1.
Big plays. Come to make big players make big plays.
2nd and 8 now. Flacco looking for Torrey Smith, their new deep threat. And Smith, wide open, but he can't squeeze it.
This is the second one today.
And this is a knock on Torrey Smith. He's a speedster, but he drops some balls that definitely should be caught. 3rd and 8 now. It's Flacco. He says, all right, I'm going to the sure-handed Bolden here.
Good decision.
11 yards on a 1st down.
He'll do it.
And the Ravens still with a timeout left. Flacco to Smith.
That was
this one in for a touchdown.
Drop ball
that
right
was
there.
a push off.
Steelers are called for pass interference, but the penalty is declined. Ed Reed, Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens go into Heinz Field, and they sweep the Pittsburgh Steelers. They win it 23-20. Cincinnati Bengals are riding high.
Yeah, baller.
Right now, when the day started, they were the #1 seed in the AFC. Big Ben Roethlisberger coming off a franchise record 3 straight 300-yard games. Roethlisberger.
See, I love that.
Look at him
Keep the
extend
play
the play.
alive to Jericho Cotchery, coach.
I like this. Look at this. This is 3rd and 10 on the +17 red zone. You got Nate Clemens and Jonathan Fanini coming off the edge, and you go to pump fake with Ben, up and out release, and all of a sudden now Ray Mauluga has got to make a decision. Does he stay in coverage, or does he come up and tackle Big Ben? He comes up, and Jericho Cotchery is wide open for Ben to deliver the football for a 17-yard touchdown throw. This is easy, Ben. He says, come on up and get me, Ray, and I'm going to pop it over the top for an easy touchdown. That's how you start a football
play
game.
like nobody else is.
Good job, Coach. Roethlisberger just doesn't look like he'd be able to be that elusive at that size. Miller takes a shot from Reggie Nelson.
Nice shot right there.
Oh, way to hold on to
And he
the
landed
ball
with the
right
shoulder. Clean hit.
there. Way to hold on to the
Rashard
ball.
Mendenhall scored a 2-yard touchdown later, 14-0. How about the kid, though, from TCU, the Red Rifle?
Yeah, got
Lays it
the
up for
rookie
A.J.
quarterback,
Green.
the rookie receiver. A.J. Green, go up and get it.
That hurt.
Oh, man, I was so
Mike.
worried about this kid right here. That's exactly how I lost my ACL. But he says he's fine, Coach. I know you talked to him. I talked to him also. He said
Hyperextended.
X-rays are negative.
That's good news, and he'll be
Snatches the
back
ball away
soon.
from Polamalu and Ryan Clark.
We love that dude there, man.
Steelers on the next possession here. This ball should have been caught. But Leon Hall is there for the pick. It led to a Mike Nugent field goal. So the Bengals clawing themselves back into this game, 14-10. Bengals defense, guys, pretty good.
Yeah, Mike Zimmer, defensive coordinator, is leading his 5th-ranked defense, and they're causing turnovers. They're getting sacks. They're getting to the ball. This team is making noise.
Roethlisberger harassed all day, sacked 5 times. He was hit 13 times. But he went to the young fellow, Antonio Brown, to help bail him out here on a 3rd and 19. Roethlisberger to Brown.
That's
Prime time nominee right there.
What do you ask your quarterback? You say, give me an opportunity. What does the receiver have to do? He has to answer the call. That's what Brown did.
1st and 20. Roethlisberger to Brown
Let's do this some
again.
more. Let's keep moving the chain, baby.
His attitude.
A youngster from Central Michigan.
That's what we live for as wide
Field goal,
receiver.
17-10 at the break. How about this throw from Dalton?
Pop it up over the top. What a perfect throw with great touch.
To
Nice.
Jermaine Gresham.
Nice young
Bengals tied
talent.
up at 17.
A lot of young talent.
We
in
have a ball
Cincinnati.
game.
Shipley, Gresham. I'm telling you, man, I like that dude.
The Bengals pull this off. Rashard Mendenhall from 9 yards away.
Breaking tackles on his way to Pater.
It's his 2nd touchdown of the game, 24-17. 4th quarter, 3:59 left. 2nd and 3 here. Here's Cedric Benson. Benson with a nice cut right there.
He's been running the ball really physically this year.
2:33 left. Bengals driving.
That's one of those good games.
2nd and 9, Dalton.
No! Wait, no. He's waiting there.
It's going
Dick
to happen.
LeBeau's
Young
defense
quarterback.
is going to fool you. He's really hard on rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, rookie potentially. This will be a walkaway game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But
it's
pregame drama here with Mike Wallace and Sammy Piscatelli.
Look at Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger, remember he's got that fractured thumb. It's fractured in the tip of the thumb. That's why he's playing. Didn't have to have surgery, unlike Cutler in the base. Tyler Palko hits Steve Maneri. And Troy Polamalu made the tackle and got it below Woozy, and that was it for
big dude that he was tackling. Hope you're okay, man.
Praying for you, man.
That was it for Polamalu. Ryan Suckup with a 41-yard field goal. Chiefs on top 3-0. Mewelde Moore now is going to be hit by Tamba Ali. Gives up the football. Javier Arenas recovers in the end zone.
Yeah, and you got Romeo Crennel's defense flying to the ball, and good things happen now when you pursue like that.
Terrell Suggs can play, can't they?
Here is Falco a couple possessions later. Picked off by Ike Taylor, who's having a tremendous season. Returns at 29 yards down to the Chiefs' 7-yard line.
Pro Bowl type season by this cornerback.
Taylor's not mentioned in the same sentence as Darrelle Revis, but he's having a great season. Led to a Sean Sweeten field goal, game tied up at 3, and then Falco again. And we saw Coach, he had issues on Monday night through 3 picks and through a couple early here.
Yeah, there's some plays that he'd like to have back. They look out of whack. You know, they've got to consider maybe using someone else.
Don't throw that ball.
Well, remember, they got Kyle Orton off waivers.
Yeah, he's not ready yet. He will be.
But how about this Chiefs defense? Ali with the sack right there.
Incredible today, Fran. They played like lights-out football.
But John McGraw called for defensive holding, so the Steelers are still in business. And Roethlisberger, we know we can buy some time.
The mobility, man.
To Wesley Saunders in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Steelers are top 10.
One great play deserves another. Great scramble by Roethlisberger, but a greater catch in the back of the end zone, getting both feet back.
Steelers up 13-6 at the break. Fourth quarter now. On a 3rd and 6, it's Falco to Jonathan Baldwin, their first-round pick out of Pitt. 20 yards on a first down. And now on a 3rd and 2, it's Jackie Battle, who runs in the ankle.
Oh, man,
back.
this was so wide open, man. They had this play designed, set up perfectly, and he runs into his own man.
So they ended up getting a field goal there. So here we go. Steelers coming right back, and it's Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace. Wallace has missed the last couple of games after his mother had passed away. Steelers forced to punt. Got to give Romeo Crennel credit with the way this defense is playing. 3:01 left here on a 3rd and 4. Falco to Baldwin. Doesn't get out of bounds. Chiefs still have 3 timeouts. Don't use one there. 1:55 left.
Oh, nice tackle. Nice
Dwayne
tackle.
Bowe, William Gay with a nice job. So it's 4th down. Haley's going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, Tyler Falco comes to life.
Oh, it's a first down. Here we go.
Talk about it, making plays when you need to make plays down the stretch.
3 plays later here on a 3rd and 4. Falco to Steve Breston for a first down. Chiefs use their 2nd timeout because Brandon Albert is down on the field. He did return, though, on the next play. 38 seconds left. 1st and 15. But Falco is picked off for the 3rd time tonight. Keenan Lewis gets him.
Fall down, take it to the house.
Steelers won in Week 10 against Cincinnati, 24-17. Andy Dalton getting the call for Cincinnati. Rookie quarterback has 16 touchdown passes this season. Ben Roethlisberger trying to get his team off to a nice start. 2nd and 9 over the middle. And that is Antonio Brown, who's going to make a move towards the left sideline. Brown still on his feet. Finally brought down after a gain of 45 at the 15. Antonio Brown's longest reception of the season. Same drive onto the 2nd quarter. The give to Rashard Mendenhall stopped initially. He gets into the end zone for the score. Steelers up 7-0 at home against Cincinnati. Next drive for the Steelers, the play fake Roethlisberger. He's going to look downfield. Intended for Mike Wallace, but he gets held up, and there is the flag. It's going to be pass interference called on Chris Crocker, who grabbed Mike Wallace's arm. Steelers get a 1st and 10 at the 20. So then 3 plays later, they have a 2nd and goal. They give the pitch to Mendenhall, and he's going to fight his way into the end zone. A 5-yard score for Rashard. Steelers up 14-0. His 2nd 2-touchdown game of the season. Ensuing kickoff, Brandon Tate trying to bring it out for Cincinnati, but he gets the ball stripped, and he loses it. Steelers jump on to get excellent field position. Pittsburgh already up 14-0 then. They make the play on special teams as Tate was hit in the arm by Stevenson Sylvester, and Emmanuel Sanders recovers. So 3 plays later, Roethlisberger, he's going to roll to his right, looks end zone for Mike Wallace, touchdown from 12 yards out. And he does the Usain Bolt. 21-0 Steelers with the lead. Nice rebound game for Wallace after his worst game of the season last week. He only had 2 catches for 17 yards, 2 touchdowns in this one. Bengals trying to bounce back, and Dalton finds Jermaine Gresham for a gain of 20, sets up a 1st and 10 at the 50. Then, later on in the drive, Dalton, all kinds of time, rolling left, back into the end zone. A.J. Green is there, the rookie-to-rookie connection, doing it once again for the 7th time this season. But Cincinnati would end up punting close to halftime. Antonio Brown, he's going to make a move, gets past the punter. He's taking it down the sidelines to the house. The first career punt return for a touchdown for Antonio Brown. And the Steelers go into halftime leading 28-7. 28 points scored in that second quarter, the most they've ever scored in a quarter. And then, in the third quarter, Isaac Redmond getting it done. He runs for 27 yards up the middle to the 29. And then, 4 plays later, same drive, Roethlisberger throws quickly to Mike Wallace. He's going to make another man miss. Then, with the deke at the end zone, gets in there for the score. Wallace with 2 touchdowns in the game. 3 catches, 38 yards in all for Wallace. And then Cincinnati, just nothing going right for them. Andy Dalton brought down by James Harrison, his 3rd sack of the game. And so with Dalton getting beat up, Cincinnati would just put in Bruce Gradkowski to finish out the game.
It all started with Colt McCoy getting the ball first, trying to come up with his first division win of his career, and Big Ben Roethlisberger just coming in with a broken thumb on his throwing hand. That's all. Roethlisberger down 3-0, finds Jericho Cotchery in the end zone for the touchdown.
This is what he does best. Extend the play, wait for somebody to work open, and his receivers and the quarterback have a good rhythm together.
And then this game turned into a turnover festival with the Steelers moving into the red zone. Hines Ward, of all people, put the ball in the turf.
Very uncharacteristic of Hines Ward. He is the embodiment of the tough mentality of this Pittsburgh Steelers young receiving corps. And to have him place the ball on the carpet, that's very unlike Hines.
Ensuing Browns possession, though, here comes Troy Polamalu lurking. Pick of Colt McCoy, returns it to the Cleveland 10.
A lot of questions about Colt. A lot of questions about Polamalu after suffering the concussion last week. But you can see, hey, he's doing fine. He's still reading defenses and making plays.
So Colt McCoy going back having a chat with his coach Pat Shurmur, but the Steelers couldn't turn it into points because Heath Miller, of all people, puts the ball in the turf. 3 turnovers within 7 snaps of the football between both teams.
Tackled by Joe Hayden.
And Roethlisberger, on the next possession of a game that's just 7-3, extends the play a little too long. And this is where he got his ankle hurt on this play.
He got bent over now. They'll see the replay. And this entire stadium got real quiet, real fast, because you don't want to ever see a quarterback going down like this. He was in pain.
Sacked by Scott Paxson. Steelers didn't move the ball worth a lick with Charlie Batch before the second half. Look who came out for the second half, a guy who needed help off the field in the second quarter. This is how Roethlisberger looked coming out.
I mean, we've watched him play enough, and we know this guy is a fierce competitor. You heard Mike Mayock talk about it. He competes at everything, and I guarantee you, coming out and finishing this game because he know that they needed this win, was that competitor in him. And one of the oldest rivalries in the NFL. Outside of Green Bay and Chicago, no one has played more than these 2 teams, and they showed it.
Roethlisberger with the throw, the completion, and the limp, and then later on he's trying to complete it to Antonio Brown, but it's an incomplete pass, and still Roethlisberger and the Steelers only have a 4-point lead. Late in the third quarter is when Rashard Mendenhall began to assert his presence.
We saw the running game start to take over. Last week against Cincinnati, they started building. Tonight, when Ben could not get it going, the running game got them.
That was Mendenhall, 15 of his 76 yards. Fourth quarter, first minute of Roethlisberger over the middle to Antonio Brown on 3rd and long, and moving the chains for 27 yards.
Guy who previously dropped the pass, but Big Ben had enough confidence to come back to him.
2 plays later, Roethlisberger for shotgun finds Mike Wallace streaking across the middle. Wallace making a play, stopped, gets in the end zone, called a touchdown, but the left knee's got grass stains on it. Booth buzzes down. All scoring plays are reviewed. Move it back to the 2-yard line, and that is when a big-time slobber knocker of a goal-line defense began to unfold.
If there's one bright spot, Mike Holmgren, Pat Shermer want to look at the fight that they showed with this goal line stance. Unbelievable.
4 snaps in a row. You'll see Chris Gokong from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo in on every play.
Where's he from?
Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Gotta get it in there. And on 4th down,
school?
if only Mendenhall could get in the end zone in the same way Mariucci got San Luis Poly Obispo or whatever.
Church. That's a scary sight when a Pittsburgh Steelers team can't get 1 yard. That's a scary sight. Big Ben threw for 280 yards.
Polamalu and the defense got its job done after McCoy started deep in his own end. Polamalu with a big hit. Needed Ryan Clark to help pop his shoulder back in. Roethlisberger throws into coverage with 7 minutes to go. Mike Adams, who is in on that goal line stand with a big pick. Meanwhile, the Browns send Colt McCoy back out there with 7 minutes to go, down 4, and an ability to alter the race in the AFC. And McCoy with 5 and change to go, trying to get the first down, throws late and gets hit unloaded. James Harrison, this might lead to a FedEx envelope in his locker later on early next week.
It was helmet to helmet. Colt McCoy was out of the He was out of the pocket.
It's a moving target. What's the defender supposed to do?
He was a runner for a while, but he became a passer. And
It's clean.
3rd and goal. McCoy throws in the end zone. William Gay with the pick. That is a big pick. 3 minutes to go. The Steelers get the ball back, needing to get some first downs to end the game. And Roethlisberger gets a first down and so much more. Back shoulder to Antonio Brown, who is gone.
He's not that fast.
79-yard touchdown for Antonio Brown.
He is not that fast.
To put this game in freezing temperatures on ice for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger in a game that he was knocked out in. Is this a finable helmet-to-helmet hug? I don't know. We could see.
The way we're playing this year.
14-3. The Steelers win a game when it was dark before the dawn. Roethlisberger came back out and led the team to victory.
Two teams cruising towards the postseason in San Francisco. The story being Ben Roethlisberger's ankle coming in. But the story quickly became, see the explosion. Yeah. A power outage at Candlestick, 5:19 Pacific time. A transformer blows outside of Candlestick. The players were running out there onto the field. Everyone had to go back inside. And we waited and waited. Game was delayed about 20 minutes, and then right around 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific, we eventually got the game going. Opening possession, Mike Wallace, 36 yards down the sideline into Pittsburgh territory, 22-yard line. So Big Ben looked okay with the ankle. Here, though, he couldn't make a play, Darren Sharper.
Yeah, great play by Carlos Rogers, who's having a Pro Bowl caliber season, undercutting the route, taking points off the board by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And he caught the football.
He did. That's something he hasn't done in the past.
He's been catching it all year long.
He has been.
For Carlos Rogers, 6 interceptions on the season. Niners don't do anything with it of note. Alex Smith there incomplete for Kyle Williams. Threw it behind him. David Akers' 22-yard field goal stopped me if you've heard that before. 3-0 San Francisco. Ben has all kinds of time here, except can't connect. Overthrows Heath Miller. Hits Deshaun Goldson instead. That's a 21-yard return. The Niners 33 takeaways, guys, in the NFL. Most in the NFL. David Akers' field goal, though, again, same old song, 6-0. Let's go to the second quarter, and what do you know?
Turn them off.
The lights went out again. You going to sing Teddy Pendergrass?
How about the lights go down in the city?
Dougie Fresh used that, too. If I can't play, James Harrison tweet, then can't nobody play. All right, James, just busy on that Twitter feed as he's been suspended. He is. 16-minute delay. They eventually got back to football, and Aldon Smith made his case for the Pro Bowl. Now, there's a legal contact here in the Niners' defense. Whatever, but it's the first time Ben would be knocked down. Steelers would eventually punt. Third quarter. This, Charles, is why Roethlisberger was still in there.
Yeah, many people questioning him playing, and then his early performance, a little shaky. That's why you leave him in. He knows how to create big plays.
That's good for 39, and then beautiful back shoulder throw to Antonio Brown. Ruling on the field is incomplete. Mike Tomlin would throw his magic red challenge. Hanky, what do we think?
Yeah, the hand comes down.
See, watch the hand out of bounds before the
Hand
second
comes down
play.
out of bounds.
So Tomlin would lose the challenge. Sean Swisham would hit a 51-yard field goal. It's 6-3. And then Vernon Davis from Alex Smith, good for 31. Yes, first down, Vernon, across midfield.
The throws he was not completing in the first half. See that throw? Now watch this one.
Drop it in the bucket.
Beautiful. Rolled out to the right, threw it back. Charles, take me through this XO.
Yeah, what is beautiful about this play is watch the motion and the action all to the right, and look at the eyes. All the eyes are on the inside motion, and guess what? The heck play, huh? Yeah, exactly. This is family television. Heck. He slipped by from the backside on the opposite, coming the opposite way. Beautiful throw and catch.
Stepped out of bounds on the 1 yard line. Jim Harbaugh thought it was a touchdown. He challenged. They said no, 1 yard line. Next play. Fooled the cameraman. The little play fake. The touchdown. 13-3 after 3. Now into the fourth. Ben Roethlisberger would get, and he knocked, just drilled. Ray McDonald, Aldon Smith, ball comes out. Justin Smith, Eddie Smith will do with the recovery.
How about that? It was a 1-2-3 process, Darren Sharper. 1, on the sack by Smith. 2, the ball knocked free by McDonald. 3, recovered by Justin Smith.
Great.
3 defensive linemen getting
Call
it
that
done.
a coverage sack.
Yeah, it was. Beautiful job in the secondary.
Love the DBs call it the covered sack.
Darn right.
Of course. You get the field goal, but there's a penalty on the field goal. Lawrence Timmons was leaping Lawrence here.
Yeah, the rule is if you are more than a yard behind the line of scrimmage and you run forward and jump in the air, that's leaping illegal because it's a safety rule. And look at what happens. They take the points off the board. And guess who gets into the end zone?
Mr. Gore.
Frank Gore, 5-yard touchdown, 20-3. Now, we asked at that point, why is Ben still in there? Because he was getting punished. Aldon Smith, another sack.
See,
13 now.
To me, this drive was okay, but after that, if you score here, you still have a shot. But once that doesn't materialize, time for him to go out.
Time to wave the white flag.
Heath Miller, 24 yards, 2 plays after the sack. But then this guy's the pick.
Yeah, this secondary for the 49ers has been opportunistic all year long, leading the league in turnovers, and you see them making plays on the ball, which is a difference from what they did in previous years.
That was Terrell Brown with that pick, and that sealed it. Niners win 20-3 over the Steelers.
So that means even if the Steelers win this game, they need to win this game in order to stay put in the AFC North race. You saw the quartet of quarterbacks.
Ben was suited up.
Trio of quarterbacks, if you will. He was suited up. He was third.
Blocking downfield.
This is Rashard Mendenhall taking the handoff from starting quarterback Charlie Batch. That's a 52-yard scamper against the Rams, who have had tough times stopping running back.
That's old Pittsburgh Steelers football. That's old Pittsburgh Steelers football right there, guys.
Here's John Clay, and that rhymes. John Clay signed off the practice squad. The Wisconsin Badger gets in the end zone.
I love when guys come up from the practice squad.
Just this week he came up.
Give him the football.
The big increase on the paycheck, guys.
10-0 Steelers. It's 13-0 fourth quarter. Charlie Batch, Chaz Batch to Mike Wallace running free.
Yeah, throwing to the speed guy, Michael Wallace.
Play goes under review, 53 yards. Josh Gordy, after further review, takes him down. Takes down Mike Wallace. Before the one. But it does allow me to say the name Josh Gordy on NFL Game Day.
Yeah, Josh.
It's good.
Yeah,
good concentration. Good concentration by Mike Wallace. That's the kid right there. Great concentration, kid.
And here comes Mendenhall downhill. Buck 16, touchdown from Mendenhall. Steelers winning, going away 27-0. The AFC North will come down to the final week.
Texans number 3 seed. The Steelers wind up the number 5 seed. Ben Roethlisberger returning to the starting lineup after missing a 27-0 win against the Rams. Rashard Mendenhall, 5 yards, shaken up on the play. We take another look. The right knee will buckle.
That's not good.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
You just kind of hope it's a hyperextension as opposed to what it could be.
Second quarter, still no score. 3rd down and 2. Seneca Wallace can do this very well. Keeps it himself. Picks up 27 yards all the way down to the Steeler 4.
I think Seneca Wallace is another in that group of solid backups.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Don't want him starting 16 games in the regular season, but if you have to go to him, not a bad option.
Field goal made it 3-0. Roethlisberger now to Antonio Brown. Look at that adjustment.
What a great job by the receiver, finding the football. Great body control. Ben looking a little bit more agile.
Yeah, but still
hobbled.
And rusty.
Halftime, Cleveland on top, 6-3. Third quarter, All tied at 6. Wallace intended for Evan Moore, picked off by Troy Polamalu.
Yeah, can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's your backup quarterback, but.
Next Steelers possession. This is the 6th play of the drive. Isaac Redmond putting his head down and finding pay dirt from 7 yards out.
It's an interesting Pittsburgh team
It
going
really
forward
is.
with the number of injuries that they're suffering through.
Final chance for the Browns. 13-9 Steelers. Seneca Wallace heaving it to the end zone. Trio of Browns there, but the ball finds the ground, and that's it.
Almost as if the Browns receivers were the defenders.
Pittsburgh Steelers, the number 5 seed in the AFC. The Ravens winning today, so Baltimore claims the AFC North and the number 2 seed.
Can you imagine a scenario coming into this game where you would have expected Ben Roethlisberger to throw it 40 times against the Browns?
No.
What? Okay, this game just ended in Denver, Colorado. Ryan Clark not playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coach's decision. The coach sat him down because of obviously his blood trait disorder. And Ben Roethlisberger playing with an injured ankle. As for the way this game unfolded, the Pittsburgh Steelers started off quite well with Heath Miller getting a 33-yard gain and Ben Roethlisberger getting knocked right down, and maybe that gimpy ankle tightened up on him in the first half of this game. They did only get 3 points out of that. As for Tim Tebow, he was slinging it early on in this game on 3rd and 7. Eddie Royal, it's incomplete.
A lot of tight coverage right here in the game, Rich. He missed that throw right there. But, boy, we got some highlights for you.
Broncos next possession down 3-0. Tebow trying to buy time. He does buy time. Flings it to Dante Rosario, incomplete. Only 8 total yards in the first quarter, and you thought maybe the mismatch was on. Second quarter we go. It's 6-0 Pittsburgh. Here's Tim Tebow flipping it to Eric Decker, and that is James Harrison hitting him and knocking him out of the
He
game.
hit him low, and he hit him legally, and it's a good hit, and that's what happens when you don't wear any pads on your legs.
Now, somebody's knee is blown out because of the rules.
And James Harrison
him from hitting him up top.
He talked about this. He said, I don't want to go down low. It's too dangerous for players when they were finding him for hitting players in the head.
Well, Tomlin challenged that ruling on the field of a completed pass was, and it was a good challenge. It was incomplete. Decker, however, one of Tebow's favorite targets out of the game. Second quarter, which has been a bugaboo for the Denver Broncos the past month, suddenly not so much as Tebow finds Demaryius Thomas for 51 yards, the first 30-plus yard completion allowed on 3rd down by the Steelers all season. And then Tebow finds Eddie Royal 2 plays later, touchdown.
Tim Tebow looks off the free safety, so he can't get down the right sideline. He pops this thing up over the top of the defender, perfectly thrown, touchdown.
Tebow has to be puzzled because he's calling the correct defenses, but the defensive backs aren't making the plays.
First touchdown in 22 consecutive possessions for the Denver Broncos offense. They're up 7-6, and Ben Roethlisberger from Mike Wallace complete on 2nd and 10. John Fox, however, challenges the ruling of a catch on the field, and this was a quality challenge.
It sure was, because this ball goes through his hands, hits the ground, he bobbles it, no catch.
No catch indeed. Steelers forced to punt.
Yes!
And meanwhile, Brett Kiesel's in pajamas. He had a groin injury. Casey Hampton on that defensive line tweaked a knee. He was out of the game as well. So the Steelers already without Ryan Clark and with their quarterback banged up, without 2 crucial members on the defensive line, and Tebow was finding Demaryius Thomas at will. This is now a 58-yard game.
Just a 2-man row.
Everybody talks about the blueprint for defense. Tebow.
2 plays later, here's Tim Tebow calling his own number up the gut. Dick LeBeau watches Tebow put 2 touchdowns on his defense in the second quarter to go up 14-6. Steelers, how can they respond? Ben Roethlisberger, as I said early on, maybe his ankle was tweaked because he looked like the pocket passer that he usually is not. Taken down by Robert Ayers, and Ben comes up hobbling again. Next play, 3rd and 16 from their own 14. Roethlisberger throwing over the middle. Don't throw there. Picked by Quentin Carter, returns it 18 yards to the 9-yard line. Ben hit again, limping up. Dion, what happened here?
I can't wait till you see this coverage. Most teams can only play this because you have Champ Bailey down low. He's the catalyst of this defense. You have covering Antonio Brown, safety Quentin Carter is playing center field. He's the rat. Everybody else is playing outside the slot, the other receivers. Underneath coverage, the rat is reading Big Ben's eyes, and he's going to slowly show cover to the Champ Bailey and ease down and makes this interception reading Big Ben's eyes. Great play.
perfect execution.
I like the rat.
Broncos next possession. Tebow picks the ball up from his ankles and flips it in the end zone. Incomplete, however, back in the pocket. James Harrison, this is called roughing the pass. What is up with this one? I mean, oh boy. Half the distance to the goal. Enforced. 3 plays later, Tim Tebow on 3rd and goal. He's scrambling, and it's incomplete. So the roughing the passer penalty really doesn't affect him, except it's a settled field goal. 17-6. Broncos with 4 minutes to go in the half. Tebow rolling out.
Nice design.
Daniel Fells wide open.
Nice design. They saw us in the film room when he started coming across the field. Your boy Troy Polamalu bid up, and the tight end went up the field for the long
Led to a Prater field goal. Ben trying to get some points before the half with a minute to go. Finds Antonio Brown 25 yards, but Marquise Pouncey's out of this game, and his replacement, Dan Legursky, flips the snap over Roethlisberger's head, so no points for the Steelers, who are down 20-6 at the half of this crucial wild card game. Second half, we go midway through. Ball is loose. It looks like it's a backwards pass, and that the Denver Broncos hop on the loose ball. John Fox challenges, but the ruling is that a forward-backwards pass is not challengeable by the defense for the possession of the ball. The only way you can challenge it is to get the loss of yardage if it is indeed ruled a backwards pass. So the Steelers get the ball back, and Roethlisberger flips it down the field.
That's a dumb rule.
To Emmanuel Sanders. 18 yards. 4 plays later, Isaac Redman in for the injured Rashard Mendenhall, going to the goal line. He gets in the end zone. It's ruled a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed. It's not a fumble. Called a touchdown after further review. It's not a fumble, but it's also not a touchdown.
The knee is down and the ball's not quite across the goal line.
So, 1st and goal. Redman flips it. This flipped out to Mike Wallace. That's a touchdown, 20-13. It's a 1-touchdown game. Tim Tebow is warming up.
Running a reverse.
Broncos next possession. Tebow flipping it out. It's incomplete. Ike Taylor had an off day.
Taylor had an off day. He did challenge the receivers with bumping and run. They kept getting off the ball. Outside, inside releases. He had a tough day.
1st down for the Broncos. 4 plays later at the Steelers 35. Tebow keeping it.
The zone read. He fools James Harrison now for the big 1st down.
1st down, 3 plays later. 15 ticks left in the 3rd quarter. Tebow flips it out. Nice throw to Lance Ball. Look at him moving the chains. He's firing
good on that one.
They said pull the trigger. Elway said pull the trigger. He was pulling the trigger.
Hold it.
It's 20-13. 4th quarter now. Tebow in the red zone. Flips this one out to Eddie Royal, but there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, we're blocking downfield now during the screen.
The play took too long to develop.
Yeah, but what a job by Tebow getting that ball off. Yeah, that's 12 Willis down there blocking. He can't do that.
So they have to settle for another field goal, but settling it makes it a 2-possession game. 23-13. Roethlisberger hands off to Isaac Redman.
Nice cut.
Best game of his life.
28 yards. Redman at 121 on the day. 1st down, Steelers at the Broncos 23. 3 plays later. 3rd and 6. Roethlisberger looking for his tight end. Heath Miller incomplete. So Sean Shreesham comes in and hits a field goal to make it a 1-touchdown game. Broncos get the ball back. 8.5. Tebow again at Demarius Thomas.
Nice back shoulder throw. You don't see this very often from Tim Tebow, but he's getting better, Mike.
204 yards receiving for Thomas. You'll see how he got his final yards of the day. But Willis McGahee puts the ball on the turf with 7.5 minutes to go. Lamar Woodley recovers after further review. John Fox throws the challenge flag. Ball loose before knees come down, and that is the way the Steelers get the ball back, trying to tie the game, keep their season alive, and hope to get the trip to New England next Saturday night on Divisional Saturday. That is the way Willis McGahee gave Ben Roethlisberger the ball, plus side of the field, 3rd and 1. Here's Isaac Redman moving the chains, 4 yards, 1st down.
He ran the ball tough today.
3 plays later at the Broncos 31, Roethlisberger flipping it to Mike Wallace. Oh, Champ Bailey almost puts it on.
No, maybe that's a game ender right there.
A great play.
All right.
Champ Bailey, one of the all-time best, could have slows that into his 2 and his 4 to wrap things up. Instead, it's new life for Roethlisberger. Next play from the 31. Roethlisberger doing what we didn't see him in the 1st half. extending the play with his legs and his hurt ankle, and he finds Jericho Cotchery for the touchdown.
That's the Ben we see time and time again. Extend the play, find a receiver, scramble drill. Touchdown.
So it's a tie game at 23, but it's enough time for Tebow time. Tebow. Whoa. Tebow to Daniel Fell, 17 yards, first down. Broncos 3 plays later. $1:51 left, 3rd and 8. Whoa. Tebow. No. So the Broncos have to punt it. Now it's Big Ben time. Ben time. Can he get the comeback win on the road in the playoffs? Roethlisberger, he is sacked by Von Miller.
Down goes Ben.
A minute 4 left in the game. Roethlisberger, 2nd and 14. Antonio Brown, move the chains. First down, I'm rhyming. 33 ticks to go. Roethlisberger trying to get to the plus side of the field. Emmanuel Sanders does just that. Nice catch.
His last name.
Sean Schweischem trying to kick to end the game. Sean Schweischem is warming up on the sidelines. 29 seconds to go. Roethlisberger sacked once by Von Miller. Now here comes Dumerville to knock the ball loose.
Church's money on the ground.
Final timeout for the Steelers. 1 second left. Do you attempt one from 67 yards, or do you force overtime? For the first time with the new rules, they go for the Hail Mary.
Oh, boy.
You can't beat Tim Tebow on a Hail Mary. No. Come on. So it's time for overtime. What are the rules in overtime? What are the rules? Bottom line is whoever wins the coin toss can't just march down the field and get a field goal to win. If that's what happens, the other team has an opportunity to match with a field goal and move things forward under the old overtime rules. However, whichever team gets the ball first, if that team scores a touchdown, well, that would wrap things up. Let's see what happens.
We need a touchdown, you say,
Rich. Who got the ball first? That would be the Denver Broncos. Tails did fail for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tim Tebow gets his first chance. First pass, first play of the new overtime. Tebow. Demarius touchdown. Wraps it up. 1 and done. John Elway can't believe it. So John Elway, made famous for one of the longest game-winning drives in playoff history, watches a one throw from Tim Tebow to Demaryius Thomas, and that is the way Tim Tebow and Demaryius Thomas, the first-round picks of Josh McDaniels, will see Josh McDaniels next week in New England. Holy smokes! That is the way the Denver Broncos wrap up wild card weekend. Hose me down, why don't you? Tim Tebow throws for 3 bills. Demaryius Thomas catches for 2 bills. And that is the way the Broncos advance.